Welcome back to part three of Transfer Talk on the Sideline podcast. I'm here with Fionn.
Hey, Anna, how are you today?
Not too bad. So to continue where we left off, the 29th of January, Jake Vokins, new fullback for Sunderland from Southampton on loan, should give McFadzine a run for his money. Hopefully that will improve the squad. I know it doesn't really have much relevance to most people, but I just thought I'd include it. Jesse Lingard, Manchester United to West Ham on loan. I know you've been itching to talk about this one since we started the series. So take it away.
Yeah, I mean it's just a good deal for both teams because Lingard he wasn't getting the game time with the amount of midfielders United have at the moment with Fred, McTominay, Van de Beek, Fernandes, Matic, Pogba. They just have and Mata. They have so many players for the midfield. So of course Jesse Lingard was only going to get time in like a Europa League or an FA Cup, and I mean he's still got good talent. He just doesn't get the game time. So I think that is a good deal for him and for West Ham to show that he has skill and he can still play well, and to bring out that skill, give him the game time he needs to start playing well, and then he could make it back into the United squad. I mean, you never know, but I mean, yeah, it's just I think it's a good deal for both teams as well. Because obviously we saw he used to be very good, and then he fell off a small bit, but ever since he hasn't been getting the game time. And obviously, sometimes you need to give players the game time for them to find their form again. And obviously, he just hasn't been able to get that with the squad depth United have now. So I think that's just a great deal for both teams.
So Ollie, obviously, Man United fans, well, we treasure him, and he's a real piece of Manchester United, and I don't think the fans really appreciated him until he was gone. So to quote Ollie, he said, "This is coming from the Manchester United homepage. Jesse is a part of the club, and he's worked really hard." The Norwegian said, "He deserves his chance to come back in, and we know his qualities. We know that Jesse's got different qualities to other players, and he knows that we value him." Yeah, that's an interesting way of putting it. I mean,
Yeah,
is there anything that he really has that
if
I
you're
mean, even Van
gonna
de Beek doesn't have?
if you're gonna say he's got qualities that we know other players don't have, then surely give him enough game time to bring out those qualities. When you have the diversity of like Fred, Matic, McTominay who can be defensive but can also attack, and then you also have Fernandes who can attack, Pogba who can do it all as well. What else can Jesse Lingard bring to the midfield if like compared to those players? But that's why now he has the chance to show it at West Ham. And as well, I think West Ham are doing well on the table. They're in the top four the other day, and Moyes has done great with them. So I'm sure that he can help bring them on to play even better.
Um, also on the 29th of January, Mbaye Diagne from Galatasaray to West Brom on loan, which I think is a very interesting one, because I think they did lack a bit of physicality up top, West Brom. And well, this guy obviously, he's one of the strongest players in the world, and I think that he could be a good presence for the way that West Brom like to play. Said Benrahma from Brentford to West Ham for 30 million, which is a really interesting one. Obviously, we know the qualities that he's got, but that is a big transfer sum for a team that is looking to do big things in the league. The 30th of January, James Garner, Manchester United to Nottingham Forest on loan. Good deal for him. Gerard Deulofeu, Watford to Udinese undisclosed. I'm not sure what the story with that is. Maybe I think it loan to buy, maybe, but it's up there. It's been confirmed anyway, and I think he will be staying at Udinese. And obviously, he's a great player, and he was great for Watford. But I don't think that he's not a championship standard player, and I think Italy would be a good place for him because he's a winner, and he wants to explore and to push himself in his career. Fullback Raman Baba from Chelsea to PAOK on loan. Forgive me there, but I actually have absolutely no idea how to pronounce that team. So let's just call it that. Now, deadline day, Fionn. We had some very interesting ones, starting off with Demarai Gray from Leicester City to Bayern Leverkusen. This guy is now 25 years of age, and he has yet to, I suppose, express this wonder kid talent that we all associated him with perhaps a few seasons ago. That's a very interesting move for him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a few seasons ago, like you said, his name was out there. He was known. Is he the wonder kid? Is he gonna bring what Leicester need? But he hasn't really shown a lot of that. Obviously, he's been an okay player, but you wouldn't say he's been outstanding. But at the same time, you never know what he could do for Bayern Leverkusen. Sometimes a league doesn't suit a player, So, yeah, I reckon that's a good move for him.
Dan Gosling, a deadline day signing for Watford from Bournemouth, the centre mid. I suppose jump ship for two teams battling to try and get in to promotion. But he is a good player, probably pushing on a bit. But I think it could be a good signing for Watford, and he was good in the Premier League for Bournemouth, and for whatever reason, I think Watford definitely did struggle around the centre of the park, and it was one of their downfalls with getting relegated from the Premier League. Ross Stewart, Ross County to Sunderland. He is a striker, and he is, well, I suppose pretty bang average, but we'll have to see how he does there. Tahith Chong, Manchester United to Club Brugge on loan, Fionn.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's very young as well. He hasn't got like the opportunities that Mason Greenwood has got, and that's why we saw Angel Gomez move away to Italy, was it? And I think it's a good move for him, so he can play a bit in that league, just get more experience. He's still young, and then maybe in 1 or 2 years he might be able to make a breakthrough at Man United.
Yeah, I actually didn't know he was only 21, and he is still very young. He's got a lot to prove, and maybe Club Brugge is the place to do that. Facundo Palestri, Manchester United to Alaves. We signed him in the summer. He's played well for the under-23s. Speaking of the under-23s, we will have to talk about him and Amad Diallo in a new episode. Ben Davies, Preston to Liverpool. Obviously, they needed some defenders. And just to wrap it up as quickly as we can, Maitland Niles to West Brom and Joe Willock to Newcastle.
And there was one other one. Pochettino's son went from Tottenham to Watford.
Oh yeah, would you like to tell me about that? I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, it's a loan to buy deal. I think it's loan to buy anyway, and he's going to Watford probably because Mourinho didn't want him there. But yeah,
he wouldn't be the first one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been an interesting January transfer window. I think a bit anticlimactic for Manchester United anyway. I mean, we got Amad Diallo, and we will discuss him and his dream debut for the under-23s with a 6-2 away win against Liverpool. Speaking of that, Hugo, the striker, scored 4 goals.
Yeah, what a performance.
And the manager no doubt wondering why he didn't take the penalty himself to go for 5. Unfortunately, that is all we have time for. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Fionn.
Thank you, Anna.